Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Vajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vajajana Yashodanandana Vajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vajajana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Vajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Hari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Hari Jai Om Vishnu Pada Paramahansa Kacharya Astutra Shata Shishimat His Divine Grace Abhai Charavindam Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki ISKCON and BBT Founder Acharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Srila Prabhupada ji ki Maha Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam ki Go Premanande, all glorious assembly devotees, all glorious assembly devotees, all glorious assembly devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Shrimati Jayapataka Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Deving Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Astapraisha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamashloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki Shringvatang Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Ridanta Istohya Bhadrani Vidhunad Suritsatam Krishna Swadhamopagate Dharma Gyanadi Bisaha Kalonasta Drishamisha Puranarko Anudotitaha Mahagranta Srimad Bhagavatam Ki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 27, Verse 27. The title of chapter is Attack by Chandravega on the city of King Puranjana, the character of Kalakanya. Repeat after me. Kala, Kanyodita, Vacho, Nishamya, Yavaneshwara, Chikirshur, Deva, Guhyam, Sa, Sansmitam, Tang, Abhashata. The verses I will chanting alone. Kala Kanyodita Vacho Nishamya Yavaneshwaraha Chikirshur Deva Guhyam Sa Sansmitam Tang Abhashata. Translation from word by word. First, Kalakanya, by the daughter of time. Udita, expressed. Vachaha, words. Ishamya, hearing. Yavana Ishwaraha, the king of the Yavanas. Chikirshuhu, desiring to execute it. Deva, of providence. Guhyam, confidential. Duty. Yes. Saha, he. Saismitang, smilingly. Tang, her. Abhashata, addressed. The translation from Sanskrit to English. After hearing the statement of Kalakanya, daughter of time, the king of the Yavanas began to smile and devise a means for executing his confidential duty of behalf of Providence. He then addressed Kalakanya as follows. Let's go repeat together. After hearing the statement of Kalakanya, daughter of time, the king of the Yavanas began to smile and devise a means for executing his confidential duty on behalf of Providence. He then addressed Kalakanya as follows. Purport by His Divine Grace Bhai Chanavinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada aqui. In Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, chapter 5, verse 142, it is said, Ekale Ishvara Krishna Ada Sabha Britya Yari Aichinachaya Setai Chikari Nitya. Actually, the Supreme Controller is the personality of Godhead, Krishna, and everyone is his servant. Yavanaraj, the king of the Yavanas, was also a servant of Krishna. Consequently, he wanted to execute the purpose of Krishna through the agents of Kalakanya. Although Kalakanya means invalidity or old age. Yavanaraj wanted to serve Krishna by introducing Kalakanya everywhere. Thus, a sane person, by attaining old age, will become fearful of death. Foolish people engage in material activities as if they will live forever and enjoy material advancement. But actually, there is no material advancement. Under illusion, people think that material opulence will save them. But although there has been much advancement in material science, the problems of human society, birth, death, old age, and disease are still unsolved. Nonetheless, foolish scientists are thinking that they have advanced materially, when who are insane simply do not care for death, nor do they know what is going to happen after death. They are under the wrong impression that after death there is no life, and consequently they act very irresponsibly in this life and enjoy unrestricted sense gratification. For an intelligent person, the appearance of old age is an impetus to spiritual life. People naturally fear impending death. The king of the Yavanas tried to utilize Kalakanya for this purpose. Om Gyanatimirandasya Gyananjanam Shalakaya Chakshurumiritanjana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistan Stabtan Yena Bhutale Swayam Arupa Kadamahyam Dadat Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Bhavanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Jai Dvaita Gadadhar Shrivas Adigaur Bhakta Brinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Tasat. Kalakanyodita vacho nishamya yavaneshvaraha chikirsho deva guhyam sa sansmitam tamabhashata. After hearing the statement of Kalakanya, daughter of time, the king of the Yavanas began to smile and devise a means for executing his confidential duty on behalf of Providence. He then addressed Kalakanya as follows. I bring a purport, a translation of Shanti Thakur also. The king, enjoying insignificant pleasures in the city along with his followers, controlled by the women, accepting taxes brought from the 5 provinces, did not know fear. I think that this is a wrong translation. Anyway, Hare Krishna to everyone. Thanks to coming to Srimad Bhagavatam class. Yeah. So the Hare Krishna camp, Hare Krishna summer camp finished today. Today have Kirtan, and in these days before, the devotees in YouTube watching the classes of Jai Shatinanda Maharaj, the Bhakti Swayam Bhagavan Keshava Maharaj, Krishna Kshetra Maharaj, but today we'll watching the lecture of Maha Krishna. So I will speak about this mountain because this mountain is a very special mountain, and in this Tuesday and 18 start the Purushottama Masa, Purushottama Adhika Masa. Haribol! This is a very special month. Do you know why Draupadi have 5 husbands? This pastime of Purushottama explains. And Purushottama Masa, Purushottama is the name of Krishna. Purusha means personality, yes. And Uttama is the personality beyond of darkness. Purushottama is the name of Krishna, is the name of Vishnu also. And this name, this mount received this name directly from Krishna. This mount was considered a Mala Masa. Mala means dirty, impure. Like we have the Amala Purana, the uncontaminated Purana. So Masa means contaminated mount. Yes, nobody like of this mount. Yes, I will read the history from Purana, especially on Padma Purana. And I get this history in the site of ISKCON Desire 2 website and Chennai, the ISKCON Chennai website also. First, we start with the astronomical calculations. Yes. Every 2, sometimes 3 years in Vedic sidereal astrology, there is a time compensation amount added to correct and adjust the time movements. This is something similar to the Western leap year. In Portuguese, in Spanish is the año bisiesto. 6 and 6 years have this correction. Same thing. This month is considered to be very auspicious now. Adhika. Adhika translated best or greatest. And Adhika not is extra. Is the translation is best or greatest. As Vishnu himself appearing in calendrical form to rectify our astrological and astronomical calculations. The astronomical parameters differ only slightly in different astronomical tests. For our present discussions, these differences will not matter much, and so we follow the Surya Siddhanta, the test from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. According to this test, then he gave in numbers, very large numbers, the point that the duration of one lunar year is around 305 for 4 days, and one solar year is 365 days, and minutes more. Thus, one lunar year lags behind the solar year, and one lunation has to be added after 3 years to fit the lunar year into the solar one. Astronomers have called this intercalary lunation as Adhika month, and have asserted that this month is to be added to the lunar year. Adhika Purushottama Mas, since the calendar is based on the phases of the moon. The transits take 354 days, 80 hours, and 34.28 seconds. This creates a difference of 10 days, 21 hours, and 35.16 seconds from the actual solar year. 365 days, 6 hours, 9.54 seconds. This is precision. This is science. When the accumulated difference exceeds 29 days, 12 hours, 44 minutes, and 2.865 seconds, an adjustment is made with an extra month, Adhika Masa, which carries the name of the previous or the next month, depending on the proximity of the month. Normally, 7 extra months occur in 19 years. Astronomical and astrological technicalities explained regarding origin of and purpose of Adhika Mas, and also symbolically what the Adhika represents. Okay? Now go to the glories of Purushottama month, translated from Padma Purana. Sutta Goswami said, "O sages, I have just come from Hastinapur when I hear Srimad Bhagavatam from the lotus mouth of Sukadeva Goswami. Now I will tell you about the all attractive activities and pastimes of the Lord. Once, long ago, Sri Narada Muni reached Badrika Ashram, the residence of Sri Narayana Rishi. The river Alakananda was flowing down from his lotus feet. Narada paid his obeisances to Narayana and prayed, O Lord of the demigods, O Ocean of mercy, O Master of creation, you are all truthful, the essence of all truths. I offer my obeisances unto you. O Lord, in this material world, all living entities are busily engaged in sense gratification. They have all forgotten the ultimate goal of life. Therefore, please explain something which will be helpful both for householders and sages in their renounced order like me, something that will help us attain self-realization and return back to Godhead." Hearing the sweet words of Narada, Lord Narayana smiled. He said, "O Narada, please listen to the narrations about the supreme pious pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, for they will diminish all sinful reaction. You already know of all the activities of the Supreme Lord, but for the benefit of others, you are asking me again. So now I will tell you about the glories of the sacred Purushottama month, which is full potent to grant not only all material happiness, but also qualify one to return back to Godhead at the end of life. Including Purushottama Matsa is the most auspicious month, more auspicious that Maga, include the Kartika, the month of the pastime of the Krishna baby, Damodara. Yes, thank you. Narada Ji inquired, "O Lord, I have heard the glories of all months, including Kartika, Chaitra, etc. But which month is this Purushottama month? O Ocean of mercy, please tell me all about this sacred month. What is the way to glorify this month? What should I do in this month? How should I take bath, giving charity, etc.? What should I chant? Who should I worship? Should I observe fasting in this month? Please tell me everything in detail." Sutta Goswami said, "O sages, after hearing all these questions from Narada, Lord Narayana began to speak from his moon-like lotus mouth. O Narada, I will tell you something which was previously explained by Lord Shri Krishna to Maharaj Yudhishthira. Once, Dharmaraj Yudhishthira lost everything, his empire, his palace, and even his chaste wife Draupadi, to Duryodhana in gambling match." Yes. Mahabharata. At the time, Draupadi was insulted by Dushasana in front of the whole royal assembly. But when Dushasana had tried to strip Draupadi naked, she was saved from such a dangerous situation by Lord Sri Krishna. Yes, have two pastimes with Draupadi in Mahabharata. This pastime when Draupadi detached of the sari and screaming Krishna, Krishna coming very run to help your devotee. And the pastime of pot. Remember when Durvasa Muni and his thousands of disciples go to the ashram, the Pandavas are in forest. They don't have food to feed the sages. This is a great offense. They are titis, invited that you not invite, but you need to feed, give a very, very special reception for this titis, this I don't know the word in English, the invited, that a guest that you not call, yes, no, you not give invitation formally. These people that suddenly appear in your home, titi. Yeah. But how is this in the name in English?
Uninvited guest?
Uninvited guest, yes, thank you so much. It's duty of the householder receive very, very nice these peoples, yes. If you know this is an offense and they don't have food, this was planned by Duryodhana. Duryodhana sent the Durvasa Muni in this place, and Draupadi had this pot, and Krishna's arise and have a very small piece of sabji, and Krishna took, and everybody stay fully satisfied. Yes, the Draupadi is a great symbol of bhakti and Mahabharata. After this incident, Yudhishthira Maharaj, along with his brothers and wife, left his kingdom and lived in Kamyavan in Vrindavana. Once Sri Krishna, son of Devaki, visited the Pandavas in that forest. All the Pandavas, including Draupadi, were very happy to see their lord, and they forgot their painful forest life immediately. They felt enriched with a new life just by taking Sri Krishna's darshan. They paid their obeisances at the Lord's lotus feet. Seeing the miserable condition of the Pandavas, Sri Krishna became very upset, and at the same time he became very angry towards Duryodhana. It appeared as if the Lord was going to destroy the whole universe. The Shiva mood. And so the Pandavas became fearful, and all began to pray to the Lord in a humble mood. Listening to the humble prayers of Arjuna, the Lord composed himself and said, "O Arjuna, being very pleased with all of you Pandavas, and being controlled by your devotion and friendship towards me, I will now tell you about the wonderful history of Purushottama Mount. Once upon a time, by the arrangement of Providence, an extra mount came to this world. Everyone took this mount to be most inauspicious, and even so, it is a stool-like mount. Just as one should not to touch stool, this mount was also seen as untouchable. Yes, untouchable mount, dirt, contaminated. It was constantly unprotected and blasphemed and rejected by everyone as an improper time for any religious and auspicious activities. Being so rejected by all human beings and constantly hearing only bad words and blasphemy, the personality of this extra mount became very sad. I remember Japataka Maharaj telling this history, and he imitated the girl, the mount, crying. She came to Vaikuntha to explain her sorrowful situation to the Lord. Seeing Lord Vishnu on his Singhasana, she fell down at his lotus feet in a mood of sorrow and grief. Tears were falling profusely from her eyes. She prayed to the Lord, "O ocean of mercy, I have come to you because I am helpless. I have been rejected and blasphemed by all people of the world. Please protect me. Please show me your mercy. Please don't be indifferent towards me." Saying these words, the extra mount Adhikamasa continued crying in front of the Lord Vishnu and sat down before him in a dejected mood. Seeing the humble and pitiable position of the extra mount, Lord Vishnu became very merciful towards her. He told her, "Do not lament. I shall give you protection from all of your miseries. Please stop crying. It is not proper to lament after taking shelter of my lotus." Included is a statement in Nectar of Devotion in Hari Bhakti Vilas. One cannot cry in front of the dates. Something one cannot cry in front of the Lord. Crying of lamentation, yes, not ecstasy. Being so consoled by the Lord, the extra mount said, "O Lord, you know my painful condition. No one is in more miserable situation in these two worlds than I. First of all other months, years, days, nights, directions, etc. are being protected by you, and so they are always moving fearlessly in their unique charming moods. But I, an extra mount, don't have a name, nor any protector, nor a husband to give me shelter. All the demigods and human beings have rejected me for any unauspicious activities. For this reason, O Lord, I want to die immediately." O Narada, this extra mount then repeatedly said, "I want to die, I want to die, I want to die." Then she fainted at the feet of the Lord. Being requested by Lord, Garuda started fanning the extra mount, and after some time she got up and began to speak again. "O Lord of the universe, I am in need of your shelter. Please protect me." Lord Vishnu told the extra mount, "O child, please don't lament. Your misery will be finished very soon. Get up and come with me to Goloka Vrindavana, which is even unattainable to great yogis. Goloka is the abode of Lord Shri Krishna. Here, Lord Shri Krishna is in his two-handed form, surrounded by gopis, and is enjoying his eternal pastimes. The Supreme Shri Krishna of Goloka will deliver you from all your miseries. Please come with me." Then Lord Vishnu took Malamasa, the extra mount, to Goloka by catching her by the hand. From a distant place, Lord Vishnu and Malamasa observed the effulgence of Goloka. This dazzling effulgence automatically forced Malamasa to close her eyes. Therefore, keeping the extra mount behind him, Lord Vishnu proceeded further until they reached the main gate. There the doorkeeper paid his respects to him. Having reached the supreme abode, Lord Vishnu met Lord Shri Krishna, who was surrounded by many devoted gopis. Lord Vishnu, husband of Ramadevi, paid his obeisances to Lord Sri Krishna. Then he made the extra mount, also offer her obeisances at the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna. Even though she was crying, Immediately Sri Krishna asked, "Why is she crying? She is in Goloka Vrindavana. Why is she crying?" Hearing these words from Lord Sri Krishna, Lord Vishnu got up from his seat and started explaining the miserable condition of the extra mount. He begged him to please protect his unprotected mount. "There is no one except you, Lord Krishna, who can save this extra mount from her hellish condition and give her full protection." Having said these words, Lord Vishnu remained and stayed in front of Lord Krishna with folded hands. Then Sutta Goswami continued to speak. All sages, Lord Vishnu took his seat, and Lord Krishna spoke very confidential words to him. "Listen carefully, for I am now going to share those words with all of you." Purushottama Shri Krishna said, "O Vishnu, you have done a very great deed by bringing this extra mount to me. You will become even more famous for performing this act. Because you have accepted this Malamasa, I will also accept her. I shall make this poor extra mount just like me in quality, fame, opulence, realization, success, and in giving benediction to the devotees. This mount will become equally potent to me. I am bestowing all of my divine qualities in this abused mount. Named after me, this mount will be famous as Purushottama Mount in this world." O Janardana, now that she has imbued by my qualities, I myself will become the husband and protector of this Purushottama Mount. And being equal to me, this mount will be the master of all other mounts. Now this mount will become worshipable by one and all. Everyone shall pay their obeisances to her. Everyone shall worship her. This mount is equally as powerful as me to give any type of benedictions to its observer. The worshipper of this mount will be able to burn all these past sinful reactions to ashes, and after enjoying a blissful life in the material realm, he will return back to Godhead. O Garuda Dwaja, Lord Sri Krishna continued, "My Goloka is unattainable to the performance of austerities, Mahatmas engaged in pious activities, to people who maintain celibacy, or those who fast their whole life's duration. But just by observing Purushottama Mount and becoming a devotee, one can easily cross over this material ocean and return back to Godhead. Observance of this Purushottama Mount is the best of all austerities. Just as a farmer produces a rich harvest by planting seeds in nicely cultivated land, so an intelligent man who practices devotional service towards the Supreme Lord in this Purushottama Mount will enjoy a blissful life while in this world, and after leaving his body, he will return back to Godhead. An unfortunate ignorant man who does not perform any japa, does not give any charity, does not pay respect to Lord Krishna and his devotees, does not behave properly to Brahmanas, makes enmity with others, and who blasphemes the Purushottama Mount will go to hell for an unlimited period. Lord Krishna continued, "How can a person make his life successful unless he performs devotional service in this Purushottama Mount? A person who is fully engaged in this in sense gratification and does not give any special importance to this sacred mount becomes the best candidate for hell. All human beings should perform some devotional service in this Purushottama mount by worshiping me, Shri Krishna, by chanting my holy name, study of Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, particularly chapter 15, Purushottama Yoga, giving in charity, offering diya lamp daily. Basically, the way, the form to worship in Purushottamas is do that we do everything. But the devotees offering a ghee lamp, like in the Damodara Masa, and recite the Purushottama Yoga chapter 15 of Bhagavad Gita. I will tell the pastime of Draupadi. O lion amongst men, can you now understand the reason why you Pandavas are suffering? You did not acknowledge or honor the presence of Purushottama Mount, which has just recently finished. That mount which is most dear to Vrindavan and Chandra has passed, but you Pandavas were in the forest and did not worship Purushottama Mount. So the Pandavas are in the exilium, because they neglected the Purushottama Mount. So now you are suffering. You have been following the ritualistic principle given to you by Vyasadeva, but unless you worship Purushottama Mount, you cannot perform pure devotional service to me. Lord Shri Krishna continued, now I'm going to narrate a famous historical event concerning the previous birth of Draupadi. In her previous birth, Draupadi was the daughter of a great Brahmana sage called Medhavi. Her mother died when she was a small child, and so she was under the care of her father. Day by day, she grew to full bloom youth. She was very beautiful, but her father was not interested in arranging her marriage. Seeing her other girlfriends with their husband and young children, she passed her days in a very miserable way. In the meantime, her father passed away from this material world while uttering the sacred name of Hari. Father was a devotee, but he forgot the daughter. This made his daughter even more miserable. Fortunately, the great sage Durvasa Muni appeared in her ashram shortly after her father's death. Seeing the great sage, the girl paid her obeisances to him and respectfully worshipped him. She offered flowers and fruits to the great sage. When he expressed his pleasure with her reception, she began lamenting and crying before him. Concerned, the sage inquired about her lamentation. The Brahmana girl began to speak. O great Saint Durvasa, you know everything, past, present, and future. Is Shiva's incarnation. I have no shelter in this world. I have lost all of my relatives. My parents have passed away, and I have no elder brother. I am also unmarried, and therefore there is no husband to protect me. It's a very inauspicious condition for a woman in Vedic culture. Oh great sage, please do something. Please help me. Please give me some advice to relieve me from this miserable condition. After listening to her prayer, Durvasa began to consider the unfortunate condition of the girl, and he decided to show mercy towards her. Sage Durvasa began to speak. Oh beautiful one, 3 months From now, the most auspicious Purushottam month will begin. The sacred mount is most dear to Lord Shri Krishna. Just by taking a whole bath in this mount, a man or woman can become completely sinless. This Purushottama mount is more glorious than all other mounts, including Kartika mount. The glories of all other mounts is not even equal to 1/16 of the glories of Purushottama mount. The merit of a person who takes a whole bath even once in this mount is equal to the merit of taking bath in the Ganges for 12,000 years. Or the merit achieved by a person who takes a bath in the Ganges or Godavari when Brihaspati enters Leo. If you will take a whole bath given in charity and chant the holy name of Krishna during this month, all your miseries will go away. You will attain all kinds of perfection and all of your desires will be fulfilled. Please follow my advice. Please do not forget to worship the forthcoming Purushottama month very sincerely. We need to talk with the Damodara Prasada. We need to go to the Ganges. Take a bath.
You can just chant 3 times Kanana.
Okay. After speaking these words, Sage Durvasa remained silent. Unfortunately, the young Brahmani did not believe in his words. Not believe in the Brahmana's words. Rather, she became angry and started blaspheming. "Oh, great sage, you are lying. How could this extra month, which also called Malamasa, stool month, be superior to other great months like Magha, Kartika and Vaishaka? I cannot believe your words. You are trying to cheat me. This extra month is known to be most abominable for any kind of pious activity." Hearing these words of the Brahmana girl, Durvasa became very angry. His whole body started burning and his eyes became red. But remembering the helpless condition of the girl, he consciously controlled himself. He had a friendship with the father also. Sage Durvasa told the girl, "Oh, unintelligent one, I am not going to curse you because your father was a good friend of mine. You are in such a helpless condition. Being an ignorant child, you cannot understand the Shastric conclusion. I am not going to take your offenses towards me seriously. But at the same time, I cannot and shall not tolerate your offenses towards Purushottama month. In your next life, you will certainly reap the results of your offensive words." The great sage Durvasa then hurriedly left the place to perform his service to Lord Narayana. And probably this is after the event of Ambarisha Muni, because when I'm reading now this Canto 9 in this chapter 6-5, before meeting with Ambarisha Maharaj, Durvasa Muni meditating in Brahma Jyoti, in Brahma impersonal. But after the course, after the past time, he recognized how higher is Vaishnava. He thinking that Ambarisha Maharaj was a human being coming, but he could understand the potency of Vaishnava, yes. And probably here he was again service to Lord Narayana. Lord Shri Krishna told Arjuna, "O sinless one, when Durvasa Muni left that place, the Brahmana girl Draupadi in her previous birth, lost all of her opulences is a moment." Imagine the surprise of the Pandavas when Shri Krishna revealed that this girl is Draupadi. Being an offender to Purushottam Mount, her body began to look very ugly, and she lost all her bodily effulgence. She then decided to worship Lord Shiva, who is known as Ashutosh, one who is very easily pleased. This young Brahmani then began to perform great austerities to please Lord Shiva, the husband of Parvati. She continued her austerities for 9,000 years. In the summer season, she would sit for meditation surrounded by fire and under the hot sun. In the winter season, she meditated under freezing cold water. Observing her great austerities, even the demigods became fearful. Indra, Lord Shankara then appeared before the Brahmana girl because he was pleased by her worship and austerities. When Lord Shiva appeared before the girl in his spiritual form, she immediately stood up rejuvenated. In the presence of Lord Shiva, all of her bodily weakness disappeared and she again started to look beautiful. Seeing Lord Shiva in front of her, she started to worship him in her mind and then began to recite 9 prayers to please him. Being very pleased with the girl, Lord Shiva said, "All performer of austerity, all good fortune to you. Now please ask me some boon from me. I am pleased with you." Boon is benediction. Interesting. Boon. Boom is a bija mantra of Lord Shiva also. Boom, boom, boom. Hearing these words from the mount of Lord Shiva, the girl said, "O friend of the poor, you are pleased with me, then please give me a husband." And she repeated this 5 times, just give me a husband, give me a husband, give me a husband, give me a husband. She was so desperate, yeah? Then she screamed 5 times, and Lord Shiva consent. Yeah, okay, you want 5 husband. Okay, 5 times the girl then fell silent. Then Lord Shiva replied, "Let it be. You have asked for a husband 5 times, and so we will get 5 husbands." No! Hearing Lord Shiva's words, the girl became very ashamed. She said, "Oh Lord, it is most abominable for a girl to have 5 husbands. Please protect your words, because the great quality, the great characteristic of the female is the chastity, and 5 husband is too much for a chastity wife. Yes, but at the same time, the great quality for a man is be austerity, be religious. But a man, special kshatras, can be many wives, because the kshatras are influenced by Rajoguna, but the women's only 1 wife in Vedic culture. Lord Shiva then spoke to her very gravely. "That is impossible for me. What you have asked from me will be granted. You will get 5 husbands in your next life. Previously, you offended Purushottam Mount by not following the kind advice of Sage Durvasa. O Brahmana girl, there is no difference between the body of the Durvasa Muni and mine. All the demigods, including Lord Brahma and all the great saints like Narada, worship this Purushottam Mount in accordance with the order of Lord Shri Krishna. A devotee of Purushottam Mount achieves all God fortune in this life, and at the end of his life, he goes back to Golokadham, the abode of Lord Shri Krishna. Being an offender to the sacred Purushottam Mount, you will get 5 husbands in your next life." The girl became very remorseful, but Lord Shiva immediately disappeared from the place. After Lord Shiva's departure, the young Brahmani became very morose and fearful about her future life. In this way, after a few days, the girl left her body by the arrangement of the providence. Okay, so in the next life, this Brahmani girl born like Draupadi, and she get married with the Pandavas. Purushottam month, Masa, is a very special month. It's the most auspicious month of all. And many times I had good things with in this Purushottam month. One time in 2004, we was in Brazil in July. July is winter in South Hemisphere, and we are in Nova Gokula Farm. Nova Gokula Farm is in São Paulo, in countryside, but have a particularity because Nova Gokula is a place very cold, and how was winter during the night make it 3 positive, but for Brazilian people 3 positive is too much because the house is not appropriate to winter and the clothes is not appropriate in Brazil because it don't have a severe cold in Brazil, but on this place Nova Gokula is very cold. So on this time we have a Latino festival, and many devotees came in. Bhakti Purushottama Swami came. The Prabhupada, the last secretary, Harishari Prabhu came, and Japataka Maharaj came also, and many sannyasis, gurus from Brazil. And so cold, and many invited us, yes, they blaspheme. Who has the idea to do a festival in winter in Nova Gokula? It's so cold. So in this mood, everything is angry, everything is suffer. But in the night, Japataka Maharaj will give class. And Japataka Maharaj start the class. Who have the idea to do this festival now? This was a brilliant idea because we are in the Purushottama mountain. And Guru Maharaj started tell the glories of the Purushottama mountain. And this was very amazing, awesome, because generally we common peoples have a kind of vision of the world, yes, especially people like me see the bad things, yes, like a fly vision, but the pure devotee can take golden from the garbage, from the bin. Yes, everybody was blaspheming, but the pure devotee came and explained, this is a very special date, this is a very special festival because of this date. I had one time, the first time that I was to Nandagram, this was in 2010, it was in Purushottama Mount. I was alone in Vrindavan. In the last days, I not was to Nandagram and Varshana, and I asked how I go, how I can go, and one devotee give me the tip. Have a excursion, have a bus tour that go, but it's a free bus tour and only Indian devotees, only Indian people's Hindus, and I always have a good karma, good relationship with the Indian peoples, yes. And it was very fun. They not are devotees of ISKCON. They are Hindus, normally. And it was very fun, yes. Only Hindus, and I was just white people inside of the bus. And yes, where are you from? Where are you from? Where are you from? It's a very fun arrangement of Krishna in the Purushottam house in Vrindavan. Okay, stop here. Sorry for the 5 minutes extra, but we are in the extra amount also. Maha Krishna Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Purushottam Masa ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Premanande.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
I heard that in Amodar we worship the main personality Radharani. In Purushottam Masa, the main person is Krishna.
So why do we worship Yashoda and Tamil in the altar?
Yeah, I don't remember the connection, but I remember Hari something like this. In the song of Satyavata Muni, in the last lines, he glorified the Shantana. I heard it.
Bhakti Gyan Maharaj said that when we chant Dasa, we should not go back to first verse because it's a progression from
devotee.
Yes, in the end is Madhurya. The end.
Yes.
Namonanda Lilaya Deva. Yes, Krishna's Madhurya.
Shratharan is the owner of Madhurya.
Tulsi Maharani, somebody always put her here, but actually Prabhupada is not Vishnu Tattva, so he's a devotee of Tulsi, so he should be here, right? Time and
come back to stay in the...
Yes, the day we forgot, but after class,
yes,
the devotees put there is
yes.
not Prabhupada. She's loved and Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
You said Shrimati Radharani is Vishnu Tattva.
No, Prabhupada is not Vishnu Tattva.
Yeah,
only he only put Tulsi at the feet of Vishnu Tattva.
Yeah.
So, but next to Prabhupada she should be even higher.
That's the Prabhupada. Yeah. The wife of Madhava, many people cooking here. I thought that if she was mother of Madhava, she was no, she's the wife.
Here to record. One time when one couple, devotee couple came for the evening, and then and the devotee asked, so this is your mother? He said, no, it's my wife.
Yeah. Because she is very beautiful, yes, and anyway, I remember this day I offered the Raja Boga, and I took a preparation cake, and not the appropriate, but in another place. Oh, she's so angry with me. Okay, but the point is, we want to arrange all preparations here in front of Prabhupada and Krishna Brahma, but tools in each preparation. And after I told the Lord, I had a conversation with him by WhatsApp. Prabhupada is a different life. He's not also like in Panchadata.
Yeah, but he doesn't need Boga also. You know, to Krishna.
Yeah.
This is the
This is one of the meditation. Because for example, in Panchadata, we put to sleep in the feet of Gita and Indra and Kandashivas.
Yes.
And this is a complex. I think that Krishna.
Subhadra Mahani is also not Vishnu Tattva. But when we offer the plate, we understand that Jagannath is first in Baladev, and then she takes the Maha Krishna.
But she's Durga Maya, she is saying.
But you don't put Tulsi.
That's Shrimati Radharani.
Yes. Still Shrimati Radharani also don't put Tulsi.
In coffee, in food.
No. This is Krishna's personal thing. It's not that she is any less, but this is a personal thing that only Krishna gets.
But she's not a jiva like yours.
No, she is Shakti Tattva.
Yeah, Shakti Tattva. Antalinga Shakti. Anyway, but it's a different.
Yes, at Bhaktivedanta Mandir, they don't put Tulsi on the plate. At least when I was there, they didn't put Tulsi on Prabhupada's plate. He has a separate plate for every offering on the altar. But in many temples they do, I think. Yes.
I never enter in the altar of Radha Madhava in my work. I enter only in Panchadata more minutes.
I think
for clean the floor.
Yes, I think Nishinga Kavachakra will explain that Prabhupada will offer to the deities. But I'm not sure if he said what exactly he said, that you can put and you cannot. He said you can put Tulsi, but I'm not sure if he said it's also okay not to put Tulsi.
In for Prabhupada.
Huh?
In for Prabhupada.
Yes, I don't remember what exactly he said, but it's, you don't think it is logic that Prabhupada, he doesn't need Prabhupada. Even when he was here, Prabhupada was only eating prasad and devotees would offer.
I have this hypothesis, this argument that Prabhupada will take the Buddha cannot eat. Prabhupada will offer to Bhaktisiddhanta and to another devotee and another religious and another. I have a bit of argumentation. I have another possibility. If you offer to Prabhupada directly, Prabhupada will eat. But Prabhupada never will eat directly. No, Prabhupada will offer.
Otherwise, you're implying that Prabhupada is eating Boga.
I think that this possibility is possible. I think that we need get a Shastra quotation. These are great Juju.
But this is already Shastra quotation. The devotee never eats boba.
Yes.
So it's not so difficult. There is pastime where Nityananda and Gauranga came to Shantipur. Advaita Acharya put tulsi on the I think he's mentioned he put tulsi on all the preparations. And then Lord Chaitanya is saying, okay, this is offering for Krishna today. But Advaita Acharya put there for Lord Chaitanya with the tulsi. It's different thing, of course. But he knew that Lord Chaitanya is Vishnu Tata.
I think that maybe this is not a big difference, not like Russian. Because the body, if the body not know perfectly, technically, they are mediated by this.
Seva Opera. Seva Opera is not as well. Seva Opera you can rectify Sadhana. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna